Hello and welcome back to the Attorney Stories channel, where today I'm going to talk about week 3 of Camp NaNoWriMo. I know the last video came out late and this one's going to come out a little bit late too today, but I have been working on it for the last like 3 days and I've got a lot of work done on Project Void. I wrote a lot of stuff in a Word document because it just felt easier to type it out rather than write it out by hand in this notebook. So I'll put it in this notebook later. Look how pretty this notebook is though. It's from, it's my NaNoWriMo bullet journal spreads for this, this year. I think I might use it for more than one NaNoWriMo because I don't think I'm going to use all these pages for this one. I might be able to fit the November one in here too, because I think I'm still going to work on Project Void for November. If I don't have enough of it done, then I'll just work on Project Red. But I just wanted to share how week 3 went for me. I did say that I wanted to get the point of views done for this story, and then I wanted to do the Save the Cat 15 beat 3-act story structure. And then I wanted to at least start working on the scene order and stuff. I did write down a bunch about points of views to kind of get my thoughts out there and figure out what I want to do with it. And I did start the Save the Cat 15 beat 3-act structure. I did not get to finish that or start the scene order, but as far as point of views go, there's 4 main characters in Project Void. And thinking about point of views, I want to try for more than one, because that's what I do for pretty much every novel I write. I don't know if I want to have more than 2, though. Having Colin in the Void might be the best idea, but I don't want people to know when it switches between them for a while. And I got that idea from a book I was reading the other day, and the way the author wrote the chapters was interesting. They would start each chapter with a different character, but they wouldn't outright put the name of the character's point of view at the top. It was just like a chapter number, and then as you read the chapter, you would figure out which character it was. I think somewhere in the beginning it would tell you which character's point of view it was or something, because I think they were all third person, but it would be, you know, this character is in this setting or situation or something. So then you would go through the chapter with that character, and then you would go to the next chapter, but it was just chapter numbers. Like, it wasn't saying at the top this character's point of view for whatever, or just having the character's name at the top. I think I want to do the same thing for Project Void, so it won't be as easy to tell when the Void is in control or Colin is. Of course, I want to have all 4 characters' point of view, but that would make this novel kind of like Project Red, and I don't want to do that again. Don't get me wrong, I do love Project Red to death, because it's the first novel I ever seriously started writing, but I want there to be differences between the 2 different novel series. And I mean, thinking about this more, having the love interest point of view it would leave too much overlap, so too many things would be gone over more than once, which no one wants to read the same thing twice. And that's the exact problem I'm having with Project Red right now, is I want to have all 4 characters, or main characters' point of view, but most of the time they're not separated from each other long enough for each character to be in different situations, doing different things, going through different challenges or whatever. And I know I'm going to have to do a lot of cutting of scenes or cutting down scenes when I start editing Project Red. So I want to keep from having to edit so much, if I can help it, in the first draft of Project Void, by avoiding that entirely and just doing point of views that I know are going to be different. So if that just means I have 2 different points of view, then that's just what I have. And then the other question is, what do I want to do for point of views for Colin and the Void? Do I want to alternate them, or do I want to change them sporadically so no one knows or is able to tell when it's Colin or the Void? I think I just want to start writing the story to see where it takes me. And then when I write out the scenes that I need to make the story happen, or like bring this, like, kind of like sew the story together in a way, because I have all these pieces right now and I need to sew it together with all these scenes to figure it out. That's when I think I'll start to see when I can have Colin or the Void in certain sections or scenes or whatever you want to call them. And then I was just thinking about this earlier today. I was thinking that for the prologue or like a little intro before the story actually starts with the main character, because I know the first section is going to be with Colin for sure, but before that I want to have a little thing with the Void feeling called out to, because the main character died and there's a hole in their mind essentially for the Void to go into and live into. I don't know how I want it to go yet though. Maybe like the internal thoughts of the Void and then a smaller snippet of the main character dying in the sacrifice for his brother and then being dead. I think that could be a really interesting beginning to the story, because it'll just be like snippets here and there. And then for the Save the Cat structure, I did start the opening image. I wrote a little bit more about how I want to start the story, and then I wrote, the little prologue thing. And then I wrote what I want to have happen at the actual beginning of the novel, with Colin have just coming back to life, and it's just been a few days, and then for some reason his brother doesn't want to talk to him and only leaves him a note he finds on the table in the morning. Maybe his brother is starting to, in these, few days, they both are starting to have problems, because I think they both died, or the brother almost died. Maybe the brother has, PTSD or something, and is, seeing things or hearing things or whatever. So Colin, his brother leaves him a note, and Colin only finds it in the morning. And then he talks to Lena about it, and they go do something to get Colin's mind off it. And there's only 1 or 2 times that something strange happens that he can't explain. He sees something or hears something, or just something weird happens. And he just brushes it off as, some side effects from dying and coming back to life. And he thinks it'll get better with time. Little does he know, it's only going to get worse over time, actually, because it's not just, side effects or anything like that. But that's as far as I've made it into this story so far. So I think with how, I guess, kind of slow going this is, I think next and last, the last week of NaNoWriMo that we have coming up here, week 4, I think I want to finish the Save the Cat structure, and then I think I can definitely at least put 1 sentence summaries for a couple of scenes in here. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to do that, and then, we'll see after that. I'll probably keep sharing in my monthly vlogs how this is going, or I might just switch back over to Project Red after NaNoWriMo's done, because even though it's been slow going, I've gotten a lot done in this, trying to put this story together, and I am kind of proud of myself for how far I've gotten, and I think by the end of NaNoWriMo, or Camp NaNoWriMo, whatever you want to call it, I think I will have a decent amount done that I can, happily say I did get a lot done in this story, and I did win NaNoWriMo away, because that's what I wanted to do, was work on this story and figure out what I want to do with it, and if it's something that would be worth my time, or something that I would want to continue on with. Let me know down in the comments how week 3 of NaNoWriMo went for you, and what your plans are for the final week of NaNoWriMo, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!